happy people. So Amber Michelle here once again, and today I'd like to just do a brief little discussion on a topic that's been on my mind a little bit lately, and it's about minimalism, something that I've been talking about some, become more and more intrigued by and passionate about, moving more towards and embracing in my own life. And the thing that I want to address in this video is, can you have expensive items as a minimalist? Because there's so much talk and emphasis, kind of, people think of minimalism as decluttering and getting rid of things, which is part of what it is. But what minimalism really is about getting rid of the clutter, the things that aren't serving you, so that you can make space for the things that are. That doesn't mean so you can acquire more things necessarily, but so you can make space in your day, so you can make time to really focus on that which matters to you, and just living a simpler life, so you don't have to feel as stressed about trying to, be in the system and run the rat race, like feel like a hamster on a wheel, like you're running and can't get ahead. When you have less, instead of working on having being able to make ends meet, maybe working on having less ends so that you don't have as many ends to meet, so that you can have more time to focus on things rather than, and not things necessarily material things, but like experiences, spending time with people, focusing on, for me it's like my yoga and meditation practice, and preparing really nourishing food, whatever it is that you really feel is of value use for your time. So that being said, can you have expensive things? I think minimalism is, the beautiful thing about minimalism is that we all have the ability to define what it means to us. We have our own brand or flavor of minimalism that we can do. There's no one right or wrong way to embrace minimalism or to live a simple lifestyle. So, you might have, like, for example, maybe you don't really care about furniture and stuff as much, so you don't have as much furniture, but maybe you really like to cook, so you have a lot of kitchenware, and you spend more money on that than on other things in your house. It might be different for you. I'm going to use my own as an example, because speaking from experience seems like the most authentic way for me to convey this message. And in my life, I'll put it this way, I have an Apple Watch, okay? I have an iPhone. I have a MacBook. Granted, it's a MacBook from 2008, but besides the point. And I'm partial to Apple products. I think that I don't necessarily feel like they're completely necessary, but I feel like they are a good tool to use for different things. The Apple Watch I got recently because I see it as a fitness tool, and my health and personal fitness is important to me, and it's a goal of mine to keep getting fitter and working on being in better shape, and just overall being healthy and aware of what I'm doing with my body, because I think that affects us on other levels as well. So this helps me to keep track of my exercise, and I can use it with my MyFitnessPal and see what nutrition I'm getting, how many calories I'm getting, what my heart rate is, different things like that. So I find that to be a valuable tool for that use, for that purpose. My phone, I'm a yoga teacher, I do social networking, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, all of these things. I can check my email on here, which allows me to better get back to potential clients and to just stay more connected, as well as, again, it's just another tool that I can use for a bunch of different things. So I find it to be useful. It's also nice because it's compact, and sometimes when I go on trips, I just don't even, if it's a shorter trip or something, I just don't even take my laptop with me, because I don't have to carry it. I can use my phone basically as my computer, if I'm just going to be away for a few days or something. And so that allows me to pack less stuff and have less luggage and clutter to deal with when I'm traveling at times. So those things are useful to me. I do have an expensive camera I'm using to film this. Granted, it's not mine. I am borrowing it from somebody else, but I wouldn't roll out if I got really into making YouTube videos and became a big part of my life, for, you know, something I started doing as part of my living, which I would like to have happen eventually. Then, you know, I would definitely not roll out someday investing in a nice camera. I own a Vitamix blender. Those are not cheap, but my lifestyle, you know, as a raw vegan and enthusiast of those things, I use it every day, sometimes even twice a day, sometimes even more than that. So it was worth it to me to have that item. Granted, the rest of my kitchen is super simple because of my minimalist diet, which is a whole nother, that'd be a different video. But so I do have those things. On another hand, I'm wearing almost all of my outfit today is secondhand clothes. And I love this outfit, but you know, it's like stuff that I bought this online, the pants online from an online thrift shop. The shirt I got at a clothes swap a few years ago that I hosted at my house. So there's things like that. And then I'm going to give you a little tour of my space because I pretty much live in one room, and I'm really happy with that. I do have my kitchen items are in the kitchen, and I have a couple things in the living room here, which is technically my boyfriend's space, but they're things that he uses too that I'm honestly not that attached to. I could probably get rid of them and be fine with it, but there's one thing in there I'm just not quite ready to get rid of yet, or have any desire to get rid of, because it does add some value to my life sometimes. But anyway, I'm going to show you the one room that I keep most of my stuff in. And honestly, I love this space, and I could not be happier with how it's set up. Like, I have like my little lotion, coconut oil, which I don't eat, I put on my skin, and Himalayan salt lamp, my oil diffuser, which is on right now. And then like my little vanity area where I get ready in the morning. And then we have my cat, one of my cats. And I have just like my altar over here, which this is a really special thing to me. It's kind of my spiritual space that I have set up. And then just some books and things like that. A lot of things I use to plan classes for yoga. A bolster, a lamp, which yes, it's on the floor, and no, I do not care. And then we've got another bolster. I don't have a lot of chairs. I don't really believe in a lot of furniture. I don't think chairs are really good for our bodies. So I sit on bolsters a lot. I do have one chair, which I use more as a table than anything else. Today I was using it to set up my camera. And then a bed, which I used to have this big bed set, like, case thing, and I got rid of that to make more space in this room so that I can also practice yoga on the floor in here, and it's a more versatile space. It's more versatile use of a small space. And so I have just this mattress, and I love it. I actually feel really comfortable sleeping just on a mattress on the floor. Granted, I don't sleep in here that often. I usually sleep in the other room with Josh, but this is just an extra setup I had for when I take naps and for my cats and stuff. My yoga mat. The shelves are great when you have a small space, just because obviously they do create a little bit more storage for things that you find value. Like, I do have a few pictures up there, people that I care about, and behind my water, my yoga teaching certificate, a few plants, things like that. But I mean, that's pretty much it. And then I have a restroom over here. We don't really need to go in there, but there's a restroom. And then this little shelf thing, which is great because this thing folds up. So if I move, this thing could easily just fit in the car and fold up. And then just a few things of clothes and stuff like that. So it's pretty simple in here, and I love it this way, and I could live pretty much just in this room plus a kitchen and be happy with that. That might not be everyone's definition of minimalism, and that's okay. But just because I have an Apple Watch or an iPhone or a Vitamix, or if I decide to buy something more expensive, like I do have a professional jade yoga mat. Whoa, I zoomed in on accident. Oops, sorry guys. But anyway, hope that wasn't too close up for you, but didn't scare you away. But so you really have to find what it means to you as far as that goes, and just go from there. And I don't have a car. I never have had a car. I'm not interested in having a car. I like the idea of using public transportation and using my own body for transportation by walking to places. So that's what I do. That may or may not be feasible for your lifestyle. So we all define our own brand of minimalism, our own flavor of minimalism. The idea is just to get rid of clutter. So you're not using something if it's not adding value, to get rid of it and to focus on having things that you love in your life, just being surrounded by what you love and doing what you love, having time to do what you love, not stressing about trying to pay for a bunch of stuff that you don't need, whatever that means to you. So I hope this gave you something to think about, and I hope you have a wonderful day. As always, please follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And like it if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and enjoy some simple living. Peace.